Sweetheart? What's going on? What's wrong? Oh, sweetie. Come here. Let me hold you. Do you want to tell me what happened? It's okay. I'm right here. I won't let you go. Uh-huh. Oh. That is scary. I'm sorry, baby. Is there anything I could do to help you, baby? Of course I can read you a bedtime story. Do you have one in mind? Snow White? Oh, okay. Okay. Lie down, and I'll read to you. Close your eyes. Deep breaths. In and out. That's it. Okay. Here goes. Once upon a time, there was a king and queen who yearned to have a child. One day, their wish was granted, and the queen gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. She had lips as red as the rose, hair as black as the raven, and skin that was white as snow. And they decided to call her Snow White. Sadly, the queen died at childbirth. The king began to worry, for there were some things that he couldn't teach her. So, the king decided to remarry. The new queen was a vain and jealous one. What is with the jealous stepmothers? As Snow White grew older, the queen became jealous of her beauty. The king eventually passed away. And the queen dressed Snow White in rags and made her do all the chores to make her less beautiful. But her efforts were for naught. For Snow White grew more beautiful every day. One day, The queen asked her mirror the same question she did every day. Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me who's the fairest of them all. Now her mirror usually told her the same answer every time, but today its answer was different. Someone new is the fairest. Who is it? The mirror revealed that it was Snow White. Now, as was told before, the queen was a vain one. She couldn't stand that someone else was fairer than she. So she called for the royal huntsman. You wish to see me, Your Majesty? Yes. I want you to get rid of Snow White. The princess? But why? Because she is prettier than I. And to make sure you do it right, bring back her heart to me. In this, she showed him a box to put her heart in. Damn, she really did that. Yes, Your Majesty. So off the huntsman went. He told He told Snow White that he would escort her to a field where she could pick flowers to her heart's content. While the princess was picking flowers, the huntsman began to draw his knife. He crept up on Snow White and almost went through with his orders, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't kill the princess. Your Highness, you need to run away. But why? Your stepmother, the queen, she's jealous of you. She ordered me to kill you, but I won't do it. You must run and hide before she decides to kill you herself. Good on him for not going through with it. But isn't he only delaying her demise? Okay, I'll shut up. So Snow White ran into the woods as the huntsman yelled to her to run. She ran and ran. Soon as she came upon a little cottage in the middle of the forest. She knocked on the door, but there was no answer. She figured that the owners must not be home, so she walked in. She smelled soup on the fire, and she helped herself. Why the hell would she do that? Sorry. Once she had some soup, she began to clean the house because it was filthy. Then she began to become sleepy. She climbed up the stairs and found 7 little beds. She laid across 2 of them and fell fast asleep. That night, the owner of the home, or should I say, owners of the cottage came home and found that their home had been cleaned, their dinner eaten, and saw a light upstairs. They snuck up the stairs, found the princess asleep in their beds, where she began to stir. Well, who are all of you? Who are all of you? We're the dwarfs that live here. Who are you? Who are you? The leader said. I'm Snow White. What are you doing here, Your Highness? The second dwarf asked. I need a place to stay. My stepmother, the queen, she's trying to kill me. Kill you? The third said. Yes. The dwarves huddled together to decide what to do. Now look here, Snow White. You can stay here, but we have conditions. Can you cook and clean? Can you cook and clean? Said the leader. Why, yes, I can. Then you can stay. Then you can stay. The next day, the dwarfs went off to work. Now remember, Snow White, don't open the door for anyone. Meanwhile, at the castle, the wicked queen asked her mirror the same question again. Mirror, 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 mirror on the wall, tell me who's the fairest of them all. Snow White. That's impossible. The huntsman killed Snow White. He brought me her heart in this. She showed him the box that the huntsman had returned with. The heart that you hold in your hands is that of a pig. Snow White lives living with 7 little men. The queen, outraged that her loyal huntsman the huntsman brought me a pig's heart. If you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. So the queen went downstairs, past the dungeon, into a secret laboratory. She mixed up a potion to turn herself into an ugly old hag. Then she mixed one up to poison an apple that would make Snow White fall into an eternal sleep. The queen made her way to the dwarf's cottage. She found Snow White baking pies for the dwarfs. Excuse me, miss. What kind of pie are you baking? It smells divine. Blueberry pies. And the dwarfs are not here. No, they're not. No, they're not. Do you know what make dwarfs' mouths water? Apple pies. made from apples, just like this one. She showed Snow White a beautiful shiny red apple. Why, that looks delicious. This is a special apple, a magic one. One that would make all your dreams come true. All it takes is just one bite. And all my dreams will come true? I promise it. She's not really gonna take food from a stranger, is she? Alright, I'm sorry. I'll continue. Well, I suppose. Snow White took the apple from the hag and took a bite out of it. She began to feel very strange, dizzy, faint. She passed out on the floor. The queen cackled. Now I am the fairest of all. When the dwarfs came home, they found Snow White lying on the floor. She's dead! The smallest one called out. We must find a place for her. But what? The fifth asked. I've got it, cried the leader. We'll build her a glass coffin so that everyone can see what a beautiful girl she was. Seriously, a glass coffin. I'm sorry, I'll finish the story, I promise. Now, where was I? Here. The seasons went by. Snow White never aged. The dwarfs kept her coffin clean and had flowers around it. Then one day, a prince was riding through the forest. He had heard about a princess in a coffin and wondered if she was real. He rode up to the coffin. What a beautiful girl. She's dead, the fourth told him. She's beautiful. Can you open her coffin for me? Why is that? The smallest asked. I'd like to kiss her if that's alright. She's supposed to be dead and you want to kiss her? What the hell is wrong with him? Alright, I promise. I'm almost done with the story. And so, the dwarves opened a glass coffin, and the prince kissed the princess on her lips. Snow White's eyes fluttered open. She's awake! The dwarfs cheered. The prince carried Snow White on his horse and off to his kingdom, and they both lived happily ever after. The end. What do you think of that, baby? Right? You're out like a light. Good night, my love.